recommend for the Change Finance campaign?
Yeah, I thought, well, what I'd recommend that's actually you asked me what should be a slogan for a Change Finance campaign, and it's a pity we didn't actually have that live, because what you actually asked when you asked me what the slogan should be, I said, well, it should be make finance the servant, not the master, and you then told me that's actually your slogan, which I find quite amazing.
That was amazing. It was an immediate connection.
So what I'll be talking about tomorrow is how we can make finance back into the servant rather than the master.
Okay.
And of course, the finance sector won't like this, and what the finance sector normally does is evade the state's attempts and democratic attempts to reduce their power. They do that if you tax them. But if you create money and give it to the poor, they can't stop you doing that. In fact, if they do, they become very unpopular. So to me, you can democratise the situation we've got ourselves into, which isn't so much a capitalist system. We've got ourselves into a feudal one. We've allowed a new feudal class to evolve called the financial sector, and we need to reduce the power of those. Effectively, they're real estate landlords. They're rentiers. We need to get back to the stage where the producers get the benefit, and that's both the capitalists and the workers. And the way to do it is to use the state's money creation capability to dilute the wealth the finance sector has accumulated for itself and put it back into the real economy of the workers and the capitalists.
And how would you say we can reverse this process of diluting wealth?
Well, you want to cause dilution of wealth, okay? And you can do this. What we've allowed, effectively, your capacity to generate wealth has come out of your capacity to access the finance sector. And people who've done speculation on the basis of that have ridden the wave of rising asset prices, caused initially, first of all, by private leverage, and then caused afterwards in a lot of countries by quantitative easing, which has amplified the problem of inequality. The state created QE out of nothing. Okay? They can do exactly the same thing and create money out of nothing, which is given to the poor to buy shares. Okay, and with that capacity, we can actually dilute the concentration of wealth that's occurred.
Okay. And do you have a message for all of our supporters who want to make finance serve society again?
It has to be done, because if we don't, when finance takes over, what you get is stagnation, because finance will give you growth when you've got a rising level of debt, which is what's happened from 1970 to 2010, basically. But once you get this peak level of debt, finance is actually taking money out of the economy, because most of the time people are trying to reduce their debt. Credit is negative, and it goes from pumping the economy up to sucking blood out of the economy. The only way you're going to get a revival is to reduce that level of private debt. And the only way it's been done up is in the past by writing the debt off. You cannot grow out of these situations. No country has done that. It's always been debt write-offs that have occurred. I'm talking about a creative form of debt write-off which can democratise capitalism.
And how would you connect finance with wider society? What is necessary to make people passionate about financial reform?
I think it's realising that the financial sector has capacity to create money out of nothing, and it's a social privilege that they can do that, and it's something which we need to control for society's benefit. And it isn't the case that they're not the masters of the universe. They're the sorcerer's apprentice, and we need to control that sorcerer. And we have the public has a way of creating money independent of what the banks do. And money is effectively a scorekeeping system, and we've allowed too much of that score to accumulate in the hands of the super wealthy through financial speculation, not through innovation. So we need to get back to the stage where innovation and enterprise is supported, not speculation.
Thank you so much, Professor Keynes. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay.